I'll watch this for a minute.
The idea in the beginning was original,
Guys,
unique, intelligent, simple.
I'm going to try. Because I always wonder what happened to Epic. Yes, I actually always wonder what happened to Epic Mealtime. I'm genuinely don't.
To the YouTube platform.
Oh, that's what happened.
44 months smile.
To create the most ridiculous, massive, unhealthy meals out of foods that were already ridiculously unhealthy.
No vegetables. Anything that could be considered a vegetable, I don't want it on the burger.
Fast food lasagna, Turbacon Epic Thanksgiving, and Maximum Mac and Cheese all gained well over 10 million views, helping them to maintain their position as one of the top 10 most subscribed channels for a whole year.
That's actually insane, though.
2012. However, a quick skim over Epic Mealtime these days reveals that the channel has unfortunately been unable to retain their viewership over an extended period
That's unlucky.
of time. The approximate 50,000 views on each video is in stark contrast to the channel's heyday, with many of these 50,000 views likely coming from former fans, either coming back for a hit.
Guys, you guys used to watch this? I actually used to watch it a lot.
Ended up happening to Epic Mealtime, and why the channel's extreme viewership eventually floundered. Because in the beginning, everyone was talking about them on YouTube, Facebook, Reddit, and even in real life, which was the first thing that gave them a massive advantage over every other YouTuber. The Gamer from Mars mentioned a similar phenomena around 4 years ago in his video talking about the group.
I remember back in the 10th grade, whenever there was a new episode of Epic Mealtime, all the kids would come to school the next day and discuss the creation they had made.
On the exact opposite side of the world over here, it was the same story. The first thing you wanted to do after you discovered Epic Mealtime was tell your friends and family about this channel that made the most outrageous food imaginable. For some reason, Epic Mealtime just generated more word of mouth discussion than what felt like any other channel at the time.
Tell your friends to watch Epic
It's not entirely wrong, actually.
And obviously, as their food challenges got crazier and crazier, discussion surrounding the Epic Mealtime channel got crazier and crazier. In the process, the channel would implement a unique, recognizable style to the videos, where Harley Morenstein, the creator and host of the channel, would take on an overly serious, borderline rude persona.
15 Baconators.
What?
15 Baconators.
Alongside recurring characters such as Muscles Glasses, whose whole shtick was basically just to stand there looking tough. Additionally, to add extra fuel to the fire, each episode would feature a high quantity of Jack Daniels and bacon strips, which, similar to Russians as mentioned in the previous video, were just a weird, unrelated, random pop culture trend or meme back in 2011.
Tyler, bacon. You love bacon. Why'd you love bacon?
I don't know. Bacon is the greatest thing ever.
The video format was also set up in a way that naturally lent towards success, in that there was always some reason to watch each and every video until the very end. You wanted to see what the calorie counter would get up to at the end of the video. You wanted to see what the final food creation would look like at the end of the video, and you wanted to see the interesting ways in which they would eat the food at the end of the video. Channels weren't as sophisticated back then to the point that they'd try and deliberately get you to watch until the end of the video, as is common these days, so when the format naturally forced you to watch the whole thing, it was an unbelievable advantage. With way above average levels of word of mouth, unique recognizable branding done alongside an
Mr. Cow,
video
I missed you so much, Mr. Cow.
Unbelievably perfect format that forced you to watch each and every episode until completion. Very few competitors stood a chance against Epic Mealtime. After only 9 months on YouTube, their channel achieved 1 million subscribers faster than any other YouTuber up until that point, and only a year after that, Epic Mealtime was up there with the other founding fathers of YouTube, such as FPS Russia and Shane Dawson, which then opened up the opportunity for an Epic Mealtime mobile game and a spin-off TV show called Epic Chef. With a presence held in every corner of popular culture, Epic Mealtime was on top of the world. However, with so much success gained in such a short period of time across a friendship group of up to 10 different people, disputes and arguments between the crew began to unravel the channel's unbelievable success.
Juggling the politics was always the one thing I did not like to do and I didn't enjoy.
As 2013 rolled around, fans began to notice that it was becoming less and less common to see the whole Epic Mealtime crew together as a group in any of the videos. One article written by New Rockstars made a comment about one of Epic Mealtime's recent videos, stating that the strangest part of the episode was not the bizarre monstrosity of a meal that had been created, but rather the fact that Harley Morenstein was appearing in the video by himself. The reason for this would eventually come to the surface, and was what you might call unfortunately predictable. Behind the scenes, some of the people within the group weren't exactly getting along.
You know, I went through a period on Epic Mealtime where, you know, things are like getting difficult with personal relationships and it's becoming very taxing mentally.
Two of the most infamous recognizable crew members, Alex Perrault and Tyler Lemko, each had a falling out with both the creator of Epic Mealtime, Harley Morenstein, and his brother, Darren Morenstein, who had also been a co-creator of the channel. When interviewed on the topic, Alex Perrault, who played the character of Muscles Glasses, stated, "Essentially, I felt like I wasn't being treated fairly considering the value I brought to the show. Other than Harley, no other member of the crew had any ownership of the company. There were many promises made over the years years that were not kept. It got to the point where I couldn't trust Harley as a friend and Harley and his brother as business associates. Later, Harley would explain that Alex Peralt had been a salaried actor who was simply paid to play the role of Muscles Glass.
Guys, this is a tough situation where it's kind of hard to quantify the value of somebody to an asset to the channel or to the whatever, right? Where how much you pay them, how much are they worth? You don't even know if he doesn't show up and he's not there for a long time, how much is the channel gonna suffer, right? And that would be his value. But how do you know until you get there? You don't. So how do you put a value on that? It's kind of hard. It's gonna.
Buses.
You got paid to eat bacon, and that's why I had a big issue with like the falling out, because I was like, dude, man, 1 day a month we film you in like 4 different bacon strip shirts to make it look like 4 different episodes, and then you're gone for a month and you get a salary.
But with Muscles Glasses being such an integral part of the show, perhaps Alex felt entitled and was possibly even promised a piece of the business or simply more money for his involvement, a promise that, as mentioned in the previously discussed interview, may have never been delivered on. From Harley's perspective, he's
Guys, this what is like impossible to sustain. Guys, put yourself in their shoes. You know the value of the dude, right? And then the main creators, which are almost as similar as you are, right? Are going full time, full whatever, and you have to kind of like get a side hustle, like either you continue going to school or to get a job. It just feels weird, isn't it? It's kind of odd. You're all in the same boat, but they go all in, and you're out there having to get a side gig and shit like that with uncertainty of your future. It's kind of weird.
Stated that toward the end of their relationship, Muscles Glasses became somewhat unimportant for the show to continue, yet he expected to be paid even more than Harley himself.
It was like 6 months of a back and forth of essentially asking to get paid more than myself and anyone else got or anything like that. And after 6 months of like discussing it, I was kind of like, at one day I woke up and I was like, yo, you haven't been on for 6 months and the show's still going on, so I'm not so worried about your leverage because we're still existing. I was like, bro, let's not beat around the bush. You get paid to eat bacon once a month. Like, relax. Like relax with all this.
Tyler Lemko agreed with Muscles Glasses, stating that he had left for the same reasons, however also added that business just got in the way of it being fun. You can almost feel the truth of this statement as their channel got increasingly more popular. Harley stated that at times, specifically when the team moved to LA, the videos were becoming a chore or a job, something he needed to do for the sake of paying his employees as opposed to a fun project as it had been in the beginning.
I kind of got to this place where I'm like, it's a job, gotta do it, and I go back and watch some of these videos, I'm like, I see that moment where I was like, yeah, gotta do my shit, because if I don't do it, you know, people aren't gonna have jobs.
During the initial months of the channel, it was just a group of dudes who seemed to be making the videos because they genuinely wanted to see nothing more than what kind of monstrosity they could come up with for that specific week. But as time progressed, that bunch of bros just trying to make the stupidest thing possible vibe just kind of went away. By 2014, not long after the channel was one of the most popular on YouTube, they'd even put out numerous episodes where Harley, the host of the show, didn't even appear and was replaced by other members of the crew, like they were just making the food because they were paid to do so, while Harley was probably out handling other things.
This is just weird.
Of the channel.
Wait,
There's
that
like
vibe is
so
weird.
much more going on and infrastructure happening beyond just me being like, yo, I'm in the kitchen with the camera, boy, get at me.
Going too hard on the business side of things can really take a hit on the channel's level of fun and homely relatability, which may have happened in Epic Mealtime's case, judging from Tyler Lemko's comment of business just got in the way of it being fun. However, it's kind of hard to blame Harley and the Epic Mealtime channel for going more corporate and wanting to up the production value, because the production value might have been one of the only things they could change. The format was extremely limiting. We mentioned earlier that cooking a big meal to completion proved incredibly effective in getting the viewer to watch each and every video until the end, but for the very same reason, it was incredibly simple to replicate and there was barely anything they could do to make the format novel.
The show's not like it's like a novelty anymore. There's many channels that do the exact same thing essentially.
Yo, Lyric, you done? You done? Is he live? Is he live? This absolute cocklord. Holy shit. Holy fuck. I'm getting so tired of this shit. Go live or play a game. Stop going in and out of, dude. I'm not getting out of Origin. I can't
cook
with
a
this
new
guy.
meal for every single video, but beyond that, the room for variation was limited, resulting in unavoidable repetitiveness, which then began to show in the video's average monthly viewership. By late 2013, long after the departure of Tyler Lemko, Muscles Glasses, and approximately 3 years after the channel posted their first video, the channel's monthly viewership declined to approximately 10 million per month, where it would stay for the following 3 years. Despite the drop, Harley hadn't lost any passion for the project. He'd upload a new Epic Mealtime every single Tuesday for 5 years straight. However, the drop in views did mean that making the videos financially feasible was becoming harder and harder.
YouTube isn't in a place where spending $1,000 with, like 5 employees
making an epic meal makes any sense anymore. You know what I mean?
With each video costing
That
approximately
sucks.
$1,000 for supplies and probably another $1,000 again, if not more, to pay for his 5 salaried employees, getting the numbers to stack was increasingly difficult with a dwindling view count. If each video was costing them $2,000, and we use a standard ad rate of say $3 to $4 per 1,000 views, each video would have to be gaining more than 500,000 to 700,000 views just to break even, a number that the videos wouldn't always reach in 2015. Harley did mention that they had food sponsorships and merch sales to assist in making the videos more financially feasible, but with a slow yet continually declining view
Guys,
count,
I know
it was
that really was that razor sharp.
unknown as
Is
to
it
how long
like
the
that?
videos would be feasible for. However, there were
I'm
additional
supposed to
things
know
that were
that.
also going negatively against Epic Meal Time. The insane word of mouth that they'd experienced in
That's
the beginning
pretty
had dried up
sharp.
substantially as everyone knew about the project. It wasn't cool to talk about it on the schoolyard anymore. The weird popular culture obsession with bacon had well and truly passed, yet was still a staple of their
Guys,
brand.
I've asked guys, as soon as I stopped watching the videos, I never even tried or went back. I don't think this is one of those things where whenever you stop watching, it's not like, oh, I watch like less videos. It's like from 100 to fucking 0. Like, I remember once I stopped watching, I never even clicked a single one episode
which
ever
gave the
again.
channel a bit of an outdated feel, almost like the videos were a tribute to what the show used to be, as opposed to a show striving for a fresh, meta, updated production. Epic Mealtime also swapped out the intensity that had kept their content interesting in the beginning for blander, more relaxed, docile videos that felt like they had less energy invested into them.
Big Wally, Big Wally. Wow.
Wow.
So sweet. I'm eating the sesame seeds and they taste Dr. Peppery. Do I have sesame seeds in my beard?
All of this in combination with the fact that it was really just the same video being
Wow.
made over and over again with different foods, dropped the viewership to approximately 2 to 4 million views a month throughout 2017, and with a continually dropping view count and the channel approaching 10 years of age, Harley began to think about ending
Yeah,
the
he's
show
nitpicking a little
entirely.
bit, but it is what it is.
rumor pretty confirmed that you're shutting down Epic Mealtime on October of 2019.
Yeah.
The main reason for this, as Harley explained, was due to the age of the show, also implying that the cooking had become monotonous.
Now it's we're coming up to the 10-year, and I'm like,
10-year.
Like, I don't even like cooking, bro. No, I'm kidding.
When October 2019 rolled around, the date at which Epic Mealtime was to end, the channel's content changed slightly to eating the whole menu challenges, as well as the display of cheap or expensive food. However, it slowly changed back to cooking up massive meals similar to the early days of the show. Overall, the channel just feels a little bit outdated. The thumbnails feel a couple of years behind, and the video page looks a little inconsistent and unstructured when compared to the early days of the channel. However, Harley seems like an
Jesus.
incredibly driven, success-focused individual with a high degree of personal responsibility who simply found himself imprisoned within a video format that unavoidably became repetitive. He's taken the fall of his channel on
Let's
the
play
chin
what?
and
You
is
wanna play
therefore
tennis?
simply grateful for the opportunity to have been a big name in the early days of YouTube, an attitude that we can
I
all
made Luke
without
feel bad. No, I didn't. Because I was just kidding. I was kidding.
a doubt appreciate as commendable.
Guys, I was
I
kidding,
never
man.
expected it to go so long. I never expected it to be such a thing. You know, there was definitely some trials and tribulations. There was definitely lots of things to celebrate. I think I'm very fortunate.
Guys, I'm gonna pull the reverse victim card. Guys. Now I'm feeling really bad that he feels bad. Now I'm thinking about just ending the stream at this point.
I think I was very lucky.
I might just log out. Jesus, man. Now it's kind of cooked up.